So now a word about Perashat Noach, just a diuk. Again, there's a certain sensitivity to the way language works. So in the pasuk, Et ha-Elohim hithalech Noach. So if you look at the Targum Ankelos, so Noach went in the ways of God. Et ha-Elohim, et ha-Elohim, or secondary to God. So when Noach would go in his life, the path that he went on was always with the consciousness of God. He was secondary to God, so he wouldn't do any action or movement or strategy without considering how this is viewed by God. So Et Elohim, secondary to God, did Noach go. So if you look at the Targum, it says, B'dachleta d'Adonai halech Noach yirat shamayim. So you see the idea of Et HaElohim is implied in the word B'dachleta, because that means secondary to, meaning you're aware, you have a consciousness of God above you, and that's exactly what yirat shamayim is. So Et HaElohim hitalech Noach is a great explanation for yirat shamayim. But if you look, for example, in Perashat Hayeh Sarah, when the Mesek Eliezer is speaking to Rivka's parents, family, he says, Perek Kafdalet Pasuk Mem, Vayomer Elai. Abraham Avinu told me the following: Vayomer Elai, Adonai, asher italachti lefanav, yishlach malacho etach, והצליח דרכך, ולקחת אישה לבני, ממשפחתי ומבית אבי. So again, אשר התהלכתי לפניו, similar to את האלוהים התהלך נוח, fear אשר התהלכתי לפניו. But here, if you look at the Targum, it says, it's a little erased, תפלחית קודמוהי. תפלחית קודמוהי. So falach is מלשון פולחן. So falach means an avodah. So we have Sefer Avodah Rambam, where he discusses the avodah Bet HaMikdash, the services that were performed in the Bet HaMikdash. So interesting, the falachit kolamohi. So why in the case of Noah it says B'dachleta da Hashem halech Noach, B'dachleta da Adonai halech Noach, and here it says V'amar li Adonai de falachit kolamohi. Right, there's a difference. So, and the answer is given by the Marpeh Lashon, which is a explanation of the Targum. It depends on context. Words don't exist in a vacuum. Words exist, and the meaning of words is always relative to other words, right? So, there's a difference between, I say, I'm going home from the Yankee game, right? Or Yankee go home. I think Yankee go home was a derogatory post-World War, Civil War rather, insult, right? So Yankee go home. Yankee meant the Northerners, right? But if I'm going home from the Yankee game, people understand the New York Yankee baseball team. So the meaning of words always depends upon the context of the words. And in the context of Et ha-Elohim, Et, secondary to God. So that's Yirat Shamayim, you see? So Hitalech means Yirat Shamayim. It's not far, it's not that it's a different meaning, but the nuance is different. Whereas in the speech of Damesek Eliezer, it says Milashon Pulchan, right? There's also a similar thing in Perashat Vayechi, where Yaakov Avinu says, "Ha'Elohim asher italechu avotai lefanav." That's Perek Memchet Pasuk Tedvav. Va'amar Adonai tiflahu avahatai kodamohi. Right? So Pulchan means worship of God, avodah. So it's not that the meanings are contradictory, but there's a different nuance. And I just want to read you the Marpeh Lashon. He makes a very good point. Why don't we use Pulchan in the case of Noah? So he says, Tenakata Targum Amidah HaNe'ota La'inyan. Targum Ankelos will always use the word that fits the context, בעניין. ואפשר שאילו נאמר לפני האלוהים יתהלך נוח, right? היה תרגום קודם השם פלח נוח. If it would have said לפני האלוהים, then the idea of pulhan, לפני, in the presence of, right? So לפני, in the presence of, he worshipped Hashem, he abad et HaKadosh Baruch Hu. What is the idea of Moshe Ebed Adonai? He was worshipping, he was serving God his whole life, right? But it doesn't say לפני האלוהים. And here it says, האלוהים אשר יתהלכו אבותיי לפניו, לפני. So you can say pulhan, services, you service in front of. When it says et, subservient to, that implies yirat shamayim. Very important. These little nuances tell you how to read the pesukim correctly by understanding the meaning of words within the context of the words.